I would be working from home every day, and sometimes Teresa, my wife, would come into the home office I've got here, and I would just be sat here in a flood of tears, and she'd say to me, "What's wrong?" And I'd say, "I really don't know. I've got literally no idea," but it would take ages to calm me down. And I went through a period where I started racking up a huge amount of guilt, um, that I had cancer, which is of course bizarre and very stupid, because I never chose to get cancer. Nobody chooses to get cancer. Um, but I genuinely had this guilt, and it was only through seeing a therapist and talking it through, that I was able to see that the guilt, was, of course, nonsense. I mean, I felt so guilty that I considered leaving my wife, who I've been very, very happily married to for the last 26 years, and who I love with all of my heart. I considered leaving her because I felt that she would be happier, and I was robbing her of a better life, because of my cancer. And I had to talk through that with a therapist, and my wife was devastated when I told her that, because she said, "But I'm here with you. We do this together. We fight this together. You're not on your own." So, you go through all of that, and it's an emotional, roller coaster that you go through. It's not just a physical condition, and you still go through it. You still have days when, you feel like you need to talk to somebody, and whether that's a friend or a professional, or somebody that has been through a similar journey. And cancer patients always use the word journey. And I think Lee's probably going to use that word in his story in a moment. It is a journey that you're going through, and you shouldn't ever belittle the journey that you go through. And I got told off by, a very dear friend of mine who had a very bad case of, breast cancer, and she went through absolute hell, with her breast cancer. She had to have the chemo, lost all her hair, ended up weighing sort of like next to nothing, had to have a double mastectomy. And I said to her, "You went through a situation far worse than I did." And she almost slapped me around the face, and she said, "Never ever say that about yourself. Never ever say that your journey was not as bad as mine. It's not a competition. Um, what you went through was difficult. What I went through is difficult. We're here to support each other. Don't ever think that you're not um, you're not worthy of saying that you've been through something difficult, because we both have." And again, I felt that to a degree, because I was able to get up every morning. Like I say, I would go and have my radiotherapy. I would have a bit of breakfast. I would work for a few hours. I would then be wiped out for the afternoon and basically in the bathroom for the rest of the day. But I was able to function. I wasn't in a hospital. I was just in a clinic every morning. So it is a real journey, and
It is.
the roller coaster that you go through takes you through a lot of ups and downs, unfortunately. But the more you talk about it, the better it becomes. I'm a big advocate for that.
Mate, thank you so much for your honesty and your candor. I think it's a really important story that you told. I know it's your story, it's very personal to you, but I think it's really important